Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and for this video I thought I'd try and squeeze in one last makeup tutorial before the year ended. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram and you guys wanted a tutorial, so of course I made one for you. This is more of a traditional silver smoky eye than my last tutorial, and this time I used all drugstore products. So I paired this eyeshadow with a nude lip. I'm one of those people that usually likes to have bold lips or bold eyes, not really both, but obviously you can pair this with whatever lip colour you like. So if you want to see how I created this look, just keep watching. So first off, I'm moisturising my lips, and yes, I've already filled in my eyebrows. I've got a separate video on that if you want to see how I fill them in more detail, which I'll link in the description box below if you want to check it out. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer to cover up the discoloration on my eyelids. If your eyelids are fine, you can go ahead and just use an eyeshadow primer instead, but unfortunately my eyelids are pretty veiny. Next, I'm setting the concealer with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder to make sure the eyeshadow doesn't crease and is easy to blend. Then I'm taking this silver eye pencil by Bourjois and using it to cover my eyelids, then going in with a blending brush to blend it all out. Doing this is a great way to make any eyeshadow look more pigmented and the colour really pop. And if you haven't guessed it by now, I am so sick at the moment, hence the nasally prepubescent boy voice, but I really wanted to have this video up before New Year's, so just bear with me. Next, I'm going in with Underneath It All by NYX. This is going to be our transition shade, so hopefully it won't look like we've been punched in both eyes. And I'm just blending that into my crease with a blending brush. Now for the star of the show, I'm using this eyeshadow quad by Rimmel in the shade Smoky Noir, and first I'm packing on this silver colour all over my eyelid. And then you want to take this matte grey shade and blend it into your crease. This is going to help blend out the black we're going to be using soon and keep it from looking too harsh. Now I'm going in with the black eyeshadow and packing this colour onto my lid and crease. And don't worry about being neat on the edges. Being sick means my hands are not steady, but luckily it's super easy to clean up. Then go in with a blending brush to get rid of any harsh lines. With dark eyeshadow, the trick is to keep blending as you go, so in the end everything's going to look clean and seamless. Next, I'm going back in with that black eyeshadow on my blending brush and using it to darken up my crease further. This is really going to define our crease, and obviously you can go as dark as you want with this. And then I'm taking a clean blending brush and going in for one final blend to make sure everything looks seamless. Then I'm going in with this shimmery highlight colour from the Australis Contour Kit and using it as my brow bone highlight. And now, to prove to you guys that it's okay to be messy, I'm going to take some makeup remover and clean up my eyeshadow. See, trust me guys, it all works out in the end. Then I'm going back in with that black eyeshadow, this time on an angled brush and using it to line my top lash line. This is going to help our eyelashes look fuller and also blend in any gaps there might be when we apply false eyelashes. Next, I'm going to apply some of the Jordanna Best Lash Mascara to my top eyelashes, so our false lashes will have a nice space to sit on. Now once our mascara has dried, it's time for false eyelashes. Today I'm using Red Cherry No. 47 lashes, but if you're new to fake eyelashes, I'd suggest something with a clear band instead, because they tend to be more forgiving if you miss your lash line. Then I'm taking that black eyeshadow again and using it to cover any dried bits of glue showing. Next, you want to gently curl your eyelashes to make sure your false eyelashes blend in with your real ones and that they all go in the same direction. Now it's time to move on to the rest of our face, and you want to start off with a primer to help our foundation last all night. I'm using the L'Oreal Skin Perfection Cream and applying that to the center of my face because this is where my foundation tends to wear off first. Then I'm going in with my all-time favorite drugstore foundation. You want to use something you know works for you and is going to last, and for me that is L'Oreal True Match. And I'm just blending this in with my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. Next it's time for concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer to cover up my under eye circles and to highlight my face. So I'm going to apply this under my eyes, between my eyebrows, on my cupid's bow, chin, and sides of my mouth. Then I'm going back in with my blending sponge to blend everything out. And to make sure our concealer doesn't crease or run throughout the night, I'm setting it in place with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. Then to set the rest of my foundation, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Moving on to bronzer, I'm using the Match Perfection bronzer by Rimmel and applying that to my cheeks, jawline and forehead to add some healthy colour back into our face. Then for blush today, I'm using Red Vino by Milani, and I always forget how pigmented these blushes really are. Now if your cheeks ended up looking like tomatoes like mine, first you want to take the sponge or brush you used for your foundation and with no extra product on it, go over the blush. Then take your face powder and gently buff it into the blush, and this should help tone it down and blend it out. So once that's all done, it's time for highlighter. I'm using this shimmery shade from the Australis Contour Kit and applying it to the tops of my cheekbones and down the center of my face. This is going to add more definition to our features and also add a bit of a glow. Next we're going to finish off the eyes, so first I'm taking that brown NYX shade and smudging it along my lower lash line to really smoke things out. Then going back in with that black eyeshadow from Rimmel, I'm going to use this angled brush and really smudge it into my lower lashes. Now I'm using that original silver eye pencil by Bourjois and applying that to my inner V, and then going over the top of it with the lightest shade from the Rimmel palette to really make it pop. Then I'm taking this black Kohl pencil, also by Rimmel, and using it to line my waterline and tightline to frame our eyes. And to complete the eyes, I'm applying a coat of mascara to my bottom eyelashes, which I didn't forget this time. Then finally, I'm applying a nude lip colour. This one is Notting Hill Nude by Rimmel, but like I said in the intro, you can use whatever lip colour you're confident with. And so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you did. I hope you all have an amazing New Year's, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next year. Bye guys!